Um, some creamer in my coffee, you guys. I think I'm addicted, if you can get addicted.
I grabbed whipped cream down here. That's what I've got in mine, and it's
Yes.
delicious.
I love that you have it right beside you, too.
I know, because I want more halfway through, so I need
Anyone
to.
else? Marcy's got coffee. What's everyone having? Okay. Yeah, Haley's. Oh, the whole pot. Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
nice.
It doesn't say your name at the bottom. I don't know. What's your name? Sorry. There's Marcy, Haley, Jen, Cindy, Aretha, and we don't have your
I
name. Oh, there's
I
Aretha.
gotta swipe us. I gotta swipe all of us in so I can actually see
Oh,
everybody.
here comes someone else. Jessica's coming. There we
Oh,
go.
there's Ken and Jesse.
Tanya. Okay. Hi,
How do
Tanya.
I actually get us all in? Make this
Oh,
all you.
okay. Look at us.
Morning, Jesse.
It's Saturday, so let's give everyone one more
I
minute.
don't know why it says user. It's okay.
I don't, the fact that we have successfully used Zoom for 3 days, I think we're very proud of us all.
We are all learning new skills here.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we're here.
I gotta find you again. How do I get to you? Okay, there you are. I am so proud that you got up. You're up this early.
It's for you. It's hard, but like this is yours, right? Nobody else.
No,
It
yeah,
gives you a minute for you.
yeah. You get so much more accomplished when you get up this early too. Okay, go ahead. Are you gonna start, Jen, or am I?
Sure, I'll go. Yeah, I was worried about how loud I was going to be because I'm in a cabin, but my children are actually awake. So welcome, you guys. Did anybody try VU breath yesterday? Yeah, great. Oh, you did a dance class with me. Oh, you came to Size? Did you come and do Size with me? It was like, yeah, it's the only dance class I would have taught, so that would have been it. That's awesome. Yeah, so VU breath, we did it in the sauna here. It was amazing because it was echoing, and all four of us, Brad, Jack, Abby, and me were VUing so much that Abby kept, thanks, Jack. Abby kept saying, let's do it again. Like, let's do it again. Because it was almost like a sound bath because we were in this little barrel of a sauna. So it was actually really powerful. And then there was like neon lights. The kids had the control, so it was red, green, blue, purple, little blue. It was amazing. Okay, I'm glad people are trying it. What about meditating without meditating? We've tried it? We felt it? Yeah, and I think a big part of these little pockets of peace that we're sharing with you guys, is that they're really simple and they're really quick, like we said, on purpose, so that they're in your pocket. But then it's remembering that you have them in your pocket and when to use them, because this is a new habit for some of us, right? Most of us. So how do you remember these kind of things? How, I like to call it like layering a habit. So not saying I will for sure do it at this time, at this day, but I like putting little reminders sometimes in my house. I might put a sticky note on my fridge that says VU, or says, pop even. I need to take that pocket of peace. Just little reminders for yourself may help as well. And hopefully the fact that you're showing up at these calls and now you have Cindy and I a little bit in your brain, it's like, oh, I could use my pop right now. But yeah, it's just continuing. Like, the hope is to continue the practice after we leave you guys today. And with that, we are offering 5 days of coaching with us, going deeper, more of a like one-on-one sessions with Cindy and I, a 5-day coaching session starting December 4th that will have the PIO movement piece from me, and the more energy codes. I'll let Cindy talk about her piece, but I'll go deeper as well into the vagus nerve, because we all know that's my passion, and what other breathing techniques that we can use for the vagus vagus nerve, but also just overall wellness, mental well-being and physical well-being. And you get to keep it all, so you can always come back to it. It's kind of your piece of pop that you can hold on to for whenever you need some pop in your life. So that's starting next week. And so I just thought I'd share that with you guys as well. But we're here, so let's sit up straight and tall in our chairs. If you can, or standing's fine too. Feet on the ground. Imagine rooting your feet into the ground. You can keep your eyes open, soft gaze, or completely closed. And just take some deep cleansing breaths, however you like, in and out, to get yourself here. Feel your body. Is there anywhere you feel tension in your body? Can you bring breath to that part of your body? Deep breaths, and try and fill that area with breath. Bring your hand to your heart. And ask yourself, how are you? How are you right now in this moment? And know that answer and feel that answer. Has it changed over the last 3 days? I'm sure it's changed all day long. Where are you right now? You do not need to solve your answer or judge it. Just know it. It will help you connect with yourself throughout the day, knowing that answer. And go ahead, one more deep breath. And opening your eyes. Good morning. So knowing that answer, Cindy talked about it a little bit, but feeling your emotions is a good thing. There's no good or bad, just know, but I think knowing your emotions and feeling them and using these pockets of peace allow your brain and your body to allow them to flow through you and not get stuck in your body. So Cindy, I'll let you do your amazing teaching on our last technique.
Thank you. And thank you, Jen. That's good. So many things kept coming through as you were talking, which I liked. Just also another thing about reminders for yourself, what I do, and I'm not at all good with technology, but what I actually did was I put reminders in my phone as well, because as good as I am with sticky notes, sometimes even having sticky notes up, once they're up there for too long, they just become part of what I forget to actually look at them. So reminders in my phone are good. And then you actually, with your reminders, your alarms in your phone, you can actually write in your alarm, you can write what that reminder is. So I have throughout my day, like I'll have breath, or I'll have emptiness. And so it'll come up and it'll say emptiness for me. And I'll be like, oh, right, emptiness. And it just helps me for a moment to go like, all right, empty. And then I just empty for a little bit. And it's nice for me to have, because I can be sitting in the middle of whatever, and suddenly my phone will just say empty. And it's just a nice thing for me to do. So while you're getting used to these new things for us, there's a beautiful book called The Slight Edge, and it talks about how it takes about 6 years to, when we look back at our life, to see these small little things are really what actually make big, huge change for us. So doing little things like this, like a breath work or meditating without meditating, are the slight edge in our life that will be the tools that will help us when large things happen for us in our life. So to be able to have these things for us when big things happen, like perhaps a divorce, perhaps money issues, perhaps a death in the family, to be able to say, hang on, good, I got it, because I've got all these different tools and I know I can pull this out, or I can pull this, or these pops, right? So that's my little bit on that. And so So today I was talking to Jen about the thing that's really helped me, and I use it a lot in an office setting, is the idea or concept of scrolling in rather than scrolling out. And my work thinks it's quite funny, but I do it a lot. Is I take my phone and my friends know this. I take an obscene amount of photos, and I've done it for years. But I take photos of everything, and so I always tell people, just take photos. You'll be happy you did it. But I will sit at my desk when anxiety gets high or noise around me gets high, and rather than scrolling into Instagram or scrolling into Facebook, that's my heater. Sorry that you just heard that. I scroll in. So I immediately go to my photos. And we have this habit of immediately going to social media. And I say today and over the next week, scroll in. So take your photos and immediately don't go to that app. And I like social media. I try to post for myself and show people happiness, but go to your own photos. And today, take some time and scroll in. And it's a reminder for yourself of things that you've done, things that you've achieved, the happiness that you're already building within your family, silly faces that you've made, all the ridiculous things that you've done. And rather than looking at what we do, we constantly will be judging and comparing. It's just how our brains go, or, oh, I need to do this, or, oh, look what they're doing. You would go back and you look at your own life, and you just immediately will begin to center and go like, oh, I remember that. That was fun. And it takes you 5 minutes, and you just can scroll in, and it brings back this centering calm rather than a panic. And it's a really calming way to do it. So you can scroll in. You can also scroll into other ways, but and there's more actually that we can talk about on ways to do this, which there's much more you can do, but it's a fast way to go, that because we just our fingers do it now. We just immediately go to social media, and you can track how often you do it. So to scroll in rather than scroll out. Thoughts on that? Oh, Jen, are you talking? Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, I had muted myself because my kids are giggling in the cabin, so it's echoing. For me, I think I would need to go to Facebook, but I would have to be intentional about it, because my photo album is just,
Yes.
I mean, half of it's gone. Like, I get it into Google Photos, so I could either, I guess I could go, instead of to Facebook, I could go to Google Photos. And what I like about Google Photos is that they do give me dates and highlights. But after we talked about this technique, I just started going to my Facebook wall and then clicking my photos. And what was kind of nice about that too was that it was other people's photos of me too that I wouldn't have on my phone. I was like, oh, I forgot about that. So if you're like me, and like, if I were to scroll my phone, my gosh, who knows? I feel like it wouldn't get as much. I could.
Yeah.
And now I will intentionally take more photos, like you said. But to begin with, if we can restrain ourselves to not scroll Facebook, just I'm going to Jen's photos and I'm going directly to my album. It made me so happy. And I was grabbing my kids and being like, come here, look at this, you know. We just did it at home. It was very, very helpful.
Well, it's an interesting thing. Like, I think when, sorry, what did Aretha add? I liked it. Aretha, can you say it? She said something. I don't know what she said.
Oh.
There's messages there.
Yeah, there's chat.
Kids are sleeping close by. Can you read it, Jen?
Yeah, I like the idea of going through and deleting the ones I don't need. Screenshots, reminders, burst shots I never went through.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're totally right, Aretha. Like cleaning it up.
Yeah. And I agree that. And Haley added something too.
Yeah. Yes. That a reminder that not everything is as it seems on social media. Oh man, that's a huge one.
Yes.
I try really hard to show my messy kitchen to try and break that down because no one else does. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Why would you go and take a photo of your kid tantruming on the floor and put it on Facebook? You won't, but that sure is happening behind that perfect little photo over here to get that photo.
Yes.
The disaster behind that photo. It's a whole other story.
And that's, don't just go your inside by others outside. Yes. Yes. Don't judge. Yes. Totally true. And that's, I think the thing I've learned, but taking photos and appreciating, I've looked back at photos of myself when I was 20, very different from what I am now. And almost in a good way. I appreciate myself now very differently than I did then. But also listening to my kids now, when we sit and we pull all these photos out, they actually really love all the photos of us together and when we recall those photos. And also when I watch people, when they share memories on Facebook, they love to share the memories of what they were like. You know, they'll be like, oh, I remember this. And I like when people post their memories. And so I think, you know, we do actually really love that joy that it brings back for ourselves. So there is beauty of, and I'm not talking about all this, the selfies, although take a selfie of yourself, because when you're 80, you're going to want to remember what you look like at every stage of yourself. There is nothing wrong with enjoying what you look like. I mean, but to a certain extent, whatever, I don't know. Honor yourself, I don't care. And so I just say that really though, that there is this certain thing where when we panic, we tend to look at everyone else even more. So however you want to do it, I have 10,000 photos on my phone because I don't know how to put them in a doc. I don't even know what you mean, but
that can be you and me later.
So I just scroll, but the ability to then just be able to look at your own family and go, oh, you know what, we're doing okay, allows you to stop reviewing all of the other boxes, and that I think is a beautiful way just to calm yourself down. How's everybody feeling about that? I would just say give it a try. Give it a try.
Yeah, I know you were saying too that there's so many other techniques that you will or can go into. You were saying something about Pinterest and how do you?
Oh yeah,
there's
so many different ways. That all
I need to learn from you. The Pinterest.
It all expands. It all expands to one little thing.
Love it. Love it.
And all to do with, as well, boundaries. I mean, we all unfortunately can have issues with boundaries. And so it's allowing yourself boundaries, which we can go into as well in our larger one. Right now, I think many people we are needing to learn clearer boundaries. This is a time where boundaries are hard for many of us, and it's really learning what our boundaries are. So we'll go into much more depth on that as well. This is just a
pop. Yes. I'm going to be using these pops over the next couple of weeks as Christmas gets closer.
Yes. But I do encourage you, when you are looking through your photos, to look at them from an angle of your child, and to hear how you speak and look at yourself and in a different way. I often will look at myself and go like, ugh. And my children go like, you're beautiful. I love this. And to really reflect and on yourself and go like, yes, we all are beautiful. We all are. We are happy. Last night I was trying to put Christmas lights up and I was exhausted. And I was like, oh, I'm trying to do all this. And Chase, my son, said, Mom, we have each other. And it was the sweetest moment ever that my son said that. I'm just trying to get it all done. And my son said, we're good, we have each other. And it was just the sweetest moment where I was like, yes. And then I took a moment and photoed, of course I did, of the chaos of our Christmas lights, because I wanted to remember the ridiculous chaos of us trying to put Christmas lights up. And then realizing like, yes, in this chaos, we still just have each other, and him making that statement. Because if I didn't take a photo of the ridiculous chaos, I might not remember that, yes, our house looks so ridiculous right now that the neighbors are going to know that it looks ridiculous, but I know the statement that he made that's going to go along with it, and that's the important part. So I love that, because there's going to be a week from now where I'm going to yell at him, and then I'm going to look back at that photo and I'm going to remember that. So yeah, that's my thing.
You reminded me, and I know this isn't where we were going to go with today, but just saying what you just said, I often think, okay, well, our kids also need to be able to scroll, and they don't have phones. And so I'm not affiliated with Chatbooks, but it just made me think of Chatbooks. So, and there's probably other ones out there. I use it, and it's just an app on my phone, and literally you just swipe through on the app and pick a whole bunch of your latest photos, and then it mails you like this little square book of photos that you have. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I tried Shutterfly, it's fun, but then it's like I'm putting a caption for everything and a sticker, and now I'm 6 hours to make. I don't have 6 hours to make a photo book. These ones are really, they're like soft cover, and my kids sit there, and so that's their scrolling, you know, is that they sit there. So it's a recommendation, Chatbooks, if you need it, and they were like $8 a book. You can get a subscription where it literally grabs your photos. You do a quick look through and go, yep, and they come, or you intentionally make them yourselves. But I'm thinking my kids, that's their scroll in. Not that they get stuck on social media, but they do take a minute, you know, after school. Sometimes the two of them will sit on the couch and look through those books. It's not a formal thing. I don't even care if it's an order or like, I think it grabs the date from your phone, so at least you can see the date of each picture, but it takes away the scrapbooking hours that the other apps can do. So
yeah,
I think I should check that out too.
All right. Well, does anyone have questions, or how is everybody feeling? Okay, just before we round up. Everyone's good. We are going to be doing a pajama party tonight if anyone wants to join us. There's some people who can't be here in the morning, so I've been getting great feedback and messages on how other people they're watching the videos later. So we are going to try to grab people then too, but feel free to come in then. That's going to kind of be open forum and chat. It may just be Jen and I too, we don't know. But we're
wearing our pajamas.
We'll be wearing our pajamas. Yes. Oh, I'd like to add, remember to connect. Can you read the rest of it?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Oh, sorry. I thought you could see it.
We can't see it.
Remember to connect with others over the holiday season, especially this year, as many people are feeling isolated and disconnected. Thanks.
So true. Yeah. And it's just thank you, Haley. It's so true. I'm finding that with so many people, right? We end up getting really trapped in, right? The fact that we aren't being out and we aren't about as much, that you end up becoming more isolated and then you're not connecting out at all. So thank you. That's what I was thinking, Jen, as you were doing your holding your hand to your heart, and I was actually following you and then not even using my right hand, of course, is the real importance, which I'm learning, of actually physical touch with ourselves, and to think about, this is just one more little pop, I'm sorry, I'm adding another pop into our tank. You're going to get so many pops in the full sessions, but just one more, because I have to do it now. I'm halfway through. Is to really think about how often you are touching yourself, because but really to really think about it, like your physical body. We don't do this. We don't, like, if you are doing something that's great for yourself, to actually physically acknowledge that on your body, like to say, like, good job, and give yourself a hug. To we we just basically ignore our mind to our body, and we kind of think of them as two separate entities, but we need that physical touch. We seek it from others, but we ourselves need to be embraced by ourselves. So the more we actually do this, hold our own hand, and like touch our own legs, we are actually truly embracing ourselves. So I encourage you throughout the day, when you are feeling either low energy or sad or feeling like you need something, to shut off other parts of your life for a moment, close your eyes, feel it in your body, and just go like, oh, I need to actually just like touch my arms, and do it. You will feel the energy go throughout your body, and you will feel calmer.
Can I do how I end PiYo, since the PiYo has not been posted? Let's do it right now, because my PiYo hasn't been working. The Facebook group should have a live function. That's how you were supposed to do PiYo with me. And Facebook apparently is working on it, but there's no one to really talk to. So anyways, let's be it here. This is how I end my fitness classes. So we are going to open our arms really, really wide. Hold on. Sorry. Big, big, big. Let's take in the energy of this call and wherever we are. And then cave in, arms around you, tight squeeze, head to heart, eyes closed. Just hug yourself there and take a deep breath in. And thank yourself for being here in this moment. Opening big again, nice and big. Bring in the moment, bring in the energy, and cross your arms the opposite way. Big hug, eyes closed, head down. Deep breath in. And give yourself a compliment, something just for you. Tell yourself that compliment. Feel the compliment. And then release your hug when you're ready. Yeah. So you just gave yourself a little love.
Love that. Okay, I'm gonna pull a card.
Yeah, my kids are being really loud. I'm gonna mute myself and let you end.
Okay. These mornings have been lovely. It's such a nice way to start the day. Thank you. Okay. Oh, it's a pretty card. Belief. A belief is a thought you think so many times over that you eventually hold it to be true. It is something you have been practicing for a long time, and it always feels like the most familiar path to take. If your life is pleasing, stay with this. If your life is not pleasing, it is time to change your thoughts, thus changing your beliefs. Today, you may like to say to yourself, I'm not limited by my past or future thinking. I choose my thoughts with care and mindfulness. I regularly have new insights and discover new ways of seeing my world. I'm willing to change and grow. Like that. Thank you, everyone. So we can stay on the call if anyone has any questions or they want to know more. We'll be here. Otherwise, take some time to scroll in rather than scroll out. See how you feel and enjoy your day. Thank you all. Thanks, Haley. Oh, hi.